I'll make a bit of a video on Phoenix Resources. You'll see in the dividend earning video I showed, they showed one of the highest dividend payments in Australian mining stocks. Um, it looked highly lucrative. It was really bloody high. I think it was about 22% or higher than that. Might have been 26% or something like this. A little bit more to the story, as you could probably see on screen. It's actually a penny stock. It had been losing money for 3 years. Something changed. It made a good profit. And for the first time out of the blue, it magically paid one dividend payment. And that dividend payment was quite a cracker, especially considering they not only hadn't paid dividends before, but they were going backwards for 3 years. So this is where you've got to be very careful when you look at stuff of the highest dividend paying stocks. This is still a penny stock. It just had some big announcement that blew the hell out of its profitability. Just suddenly turned around like a really sharp thing. Probably the announcement of some contract with a bigger company. And what you'll often find with a lot of these companies, all these penny stocks, it doesn't matter if it's bloody tech, if it's entertainment, if it's friggin' either. This was one that blew through the ceiling because it signed a contract with Walt Disney. There's another one here in Australia that they're not a miner, but they do have lithium supply. And it turns out it's actually batteries recycled from e-waste. They get the batteries from e-waste, which now in Australia have set places where you drop off your electronic waste, usually government depots. They've got access to something like 25% of all of that e-waste in Australia that potentially has lithium batteries. They grind it up, and that was great. They had the grinding equipment. They had a property. They probably had a few trucks. So what? Nobody cares. Then they announced they made a deal with LG Energy in South Korea. And I think that's the actual LG. Probably their division that makes batteries for their phones. And all of a sudden it turned around and just went through the bloody ceiling. And often what you'll find with these penny stocks, when they have a big boost, sometimes there's nothing. Sometimes it's nothing more than rumours or a pump and dump scam. Other times, it's just an announcement of a partnership or contract with a larger, well-known company. And it will just blow them like 2.5-fold, like a 250% increase, where their 10 cents goes to 25, and everyone has a panic, and the dickheads jump on board when it's too late, and the people who were just fiddling and farting around and invested for shits and giggles all of a sudden make a lot of money. But his might have been a show of when it went real good. Well, we 36 down to 25. Let's have a look here. Well, there you go. She's gone 36 down to 22. Less. Let's have a look. And this is the thing. You look at it here, it was rumbling around blooming bloody 4 to 10 cents, and all of a sudden she shot up to bloody 40 something. If I grab my little thing here, you can probably see there. 44 cents, See, over the last 5 years, it's up 420%. And some of these will do that, and some of them will just take a major shit and go bankrupt. And most of them actually do, truth be told. So these are as risky as hell. And when you see these glorious figures, it's all just a one-time fluke, a lucky turnaround, or a lucky chance, or a hard work with somebody who had contacts who finally got a deal with a big company, and they turn around, and then something can happen. The big company finds a better deal, or they don't meet the standards. They don't give them what they want, or not up to the standard that the contract's cancelled after a year, and they're back worth bloody nothing, if not completely bankrupted. It's a very dodgy game. But here we go. This sort of explains it all. That it looks like it's 26% or 22% dividend, and it was just a one-off dividend after 3 years of constant losses.